guys, 14th Prime here, back in another custom review. And today we're looking at the Transformers Hunt for the Decepticons Incinerator. Now, I basically made this to be kind of like a World War II-ish version of the 2007 Incinerator figure. But of course, when we look at the figure, let's look at some of the paints. So, all the dark gray you can basically only see in this photo is just, to me, a dark gray. Just not the easiest color to work with, and I still have to clear coat this. Why I didn't do that before this review, I have no idea. Used a bit of sky blue. Some flat aluminum. And finally the color that's probably in most of these videos, gunmetal. So anyways, looking at him, I did this based off the Hunt for Decepticons Power Dive figure. So there is a lot of color carryovers, like these are still the same. These colors are still the same. This whole thing back here is still the same because I thought it would look cool, and it does. Like a lot of the purple, all the purples from are still the same. Like the big thing I did is just paint the head and then paint all of this dark gray. Which you'd think that just sounds like an easy task. It was not. Dark gray is not an easy color to use. And I have another dark gray custom coming in the future, so stay tuned, I guess. But as you can see, this is basically Hunt for Decepticons Power Dive, but dark gray in this mode. Now I know the original Incinerator has a lot of light gray too, but just pretty much from what the airplane is, I couldn't exactly just mix the two. Like I did consider like maybe like doing like these sections and then these sections in light gray, and then having like the rest of it be dark gray going down. But I decided just to keep it simple, keep it classy, you know. However, the only other thing in the dark gray I added in this mode is some gunmetal in there. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for this side. And there's the underside. You see I did not bother to paint these. It's the bottom of the feet, so what does it matter? Yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and get him into his robot mode. And in robot mode, I think he turned out quite lovely. Now, this mode again has a lot of stuff just carried over from Power Dive. The gold paint you see, the gray, the molded in gray, and the molded in gold. And of course, again, the purple, all carry over, and the red here. But I did do some stuff here and there, like I painted, can't really see it, but like I painted these inner parts gunmetal in there, painted the gunmetal here, some blue in there, some gunmetal in there if my lights want to be nice. Some gunmetal here. And on the other side as well, since I figured that area would paint scratch, so I was like, should put durable paint. Now, one thing that's interesting to me about all this, let's get up to the head. This is not a new head. This is still Power Dive's head. However, what I realized is that it has a lot of similarities to Incinerator's head, which let's see if I can first get them in here together. Yeah. Like you have the visor. The basic shape is kind of like just a bit more of a squished version of his head. And not only that, but if you can focus, there's those two, it also has a mouth plate too, but it has those two little circles that Incinerator's head also has on the sides. So like, it kind of makes me wonder if this was meant to be Incinerator just because the alt mode really fits and they just changed at the last minute. But anyways, let's bring in the lad for comparison. Now, of course, this is a much more toned-down version of his colors. We're missing the deeper purple on some of the limb areas, and, of course, the lighter gray, which I still did try to blend into the color scheme a little bit, but just the dark gray kind of takes over. Oh, I also painted the flat aluminum on these. These were actually silver on the original, but I kind of messed it up, so I had to fix that. But I think in terms of, like, an updated version of Incinerator, I think it looks pretty nice. Again, I should probably clear coat this. I probably will at some point after this review. I've also actually debated on giving it like a nice wash, some like sort of paint wear damage, just to kind of liven it up a little bit. But who knows if I will or not. But yeah. Overall, I do still like this. I actually originally made this to kind of go with the World War II Toy World line because I've been collecting that line. I don't talk about it on the channel since, of course, I don't really talk about too much in terms of like actual figures instead of just the custom reviews. but this wasn't initially made to fit with them. It doesn't anymore. I decided part of the way that... God, can you stand? Thank you. Thank you. I decided part of the way that in order to get down some of the more goofy color elements, I should probably just stick to keeping it a bit more toyetic. So in that light, I think it turned out pretty well. I do still like how it looks. I thought it was a pretty fun repaint. It's very different. It's also, if I remember correctly, it's also my first like full-on movie figure custom. Like I don't think I've ever fully repainted a movie toy, other than like the all the Steel Bane repaints until now. So it's pretty cool to have this as my first one. Who knows if I'll do more in the future? Might even do something with an actual studio series. Who knows? But yeah. Anyways, that is pretty much all I have to say. So, please be sure to check out my channel for video and custom reviews, and please don't forget to subscribe. You can also come check out my Facebook and Tumblr pages, links in the description below. And you can also come join the Infinite Discord server, also linked in the description below. And this is the 14th Prime, signing out.